Let me remember, I am one with God. This is really not just the core root essence of A Course in Miracles. This is the core root essence of all existence. People like to think that things can be belief systems, like you can pick and choose what reality's like. Essentially, that's what a belief is. I suppose that you believe that reality is this way, or you believe, or you're choosing to believe reality is that way. Of course, it just sounds like I'm just certain in my beliefs, right? That it is a specific fashion, specific way, right? No, that's how reality is, Davin. So, as interesting as, and how it depends on how well you are versed in it or experienced in it, would you actually recognize this is not a belief system, this is not a theory, this is not just an idea or some sort of dogma. This is not any sort of idea, philosophy, or something some yogi has said, or some guru, or even just Jesus. No, it's not something that was in. It's like, nope. It's an experience of reality. This is something that you actually, if not yet, are going to experience. Yeah. So it's a little tricky because even as this states that one day, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, you look on it and recognize, you look into this glass, this mirror, and you recognize or you realize the face of Christ, even as you have recognized it in yourself. Of course, if you don't recognize it in yourself, yes, you're not likely to recognize it anywhere or in anyone. But when you do, it's a whole nother ball game. I say that a lot, but in that sense of what I mean is that to actually recognize it and to discover it, a lot of people get into this whole new agey stuff. Yes, you see the future. Yes, you recognize alternate universes. Yes, you have all this wonderful stuff about knowing things and everything. But really, you remember why you're doing this world. You remember why you're doing this world, while you're here, and what you might have been upset about when trying to get out of this illusion, this crazy world. It won't look like that anymore. It won't be like that anymore. And this recognition that you are one with God, no miracle is denied to someone that believes and knows that they are one with God. To the actuality and the full extent of what that means. There is nothing outside of the authority of what is God. So often is A Course in Miracles gets distorted, and yes, you're on your journey, you're distorting it in a specific fashion that you can comprehend at that time, and you make it into this person, this deity, this way of understanding, then you flip it over and switch it into this one, but eventually not just will balance out, but you'll discover why you keep doing that. Like I say about this whole discovering instead of actually explaining it to you, it's just like the whole reason I don't try to tell you what the spiritual universe is like. Because no matter what, then you make it into this construct. Roads of gold, palaces, right, of silk. It's 14 virgins. Yeah. Yeah, and we make it all into physical construct again. And then it's not true. None of it is true. And so in that same extent, I want to help you to discover it. That's what I want to do. I don't want to take it from you and say, it's like this, and then if you go and experience it and you're like, it's not like that, I must have had some crazy experience. No, it's not like that. It can't be like that no matter what that is described to be. Because that's my perception in which I return and distort the reality into. So even if I tell you, or anybody has told you, about what happens after death, or what is over there, complete distortion of it. It is as unique as you for what you experience, and that's one of the biggest things about it, is that it is, just like this world, a projection of your mind. So you're actually start to see that God has been with you always, and you have never been thrown out of the garden, you have never experienced any of these people, you have never been any of this any more than, here's the key, any more than you want to. You wanted to be cast out, you wanted to experience guilt, you wanted to be ashamed, you still probably do today, and you're addicted to it, you enjoy it, the thrill of up and down roller coaster ride craziness. You want this, say, separation world. That's why you're here. I mean, you're one with God. No miracle can be denied to one who knows they're one with God. So in the same right, you cannot be stuck here. I say, if you think Christ is some other completely aware essence, right? Guess what? It doesn't have to be here. It doesn't have to be in this illusion. It's not stuck. It must be more so that it wants to be here, because no miracle is denied to any extent of one who knows it is one with God. And Christ knows this. So I hope you recognize that you and your reality is actually choosing to be here. And when you recognize that Christ, when you recognize that authority through all this forgiveness in which you're doing, you can leave anytime you want. You can disappearance of all the universe at any moment, any time, because of who you are and who you're one with. Always throwing out that reminder to say I am one with God. Yeah, of course it's one thing, but to really mean it. One with God does not mean two together. It does not mean two. It does not mean 7 billion. It means one with one. One. There is one. One with God. The only reason it's an extended, say, sentence or word is because you like to make everything complicated with your mind. Even to say we are one, it's really just one. There's only one. There's only one. And you're going to it. If you're not there already, you're going to experience it.